Yo, family court warriors, what's good? This your boy Codell, and welcome back to another episode of the Father's Gospel Podcast. I'm pumped up today. Yo, you guys, we got some big news, two big breaking stories, a big, beautiful bill, parental rights bill passed in Texas, HB 3181. I'm going to be showing y'all that. You're going to love it. And we got assigned a letter from the DOJ by Pam Bondi throwing down the hammer on the ABA, the American Bar Association. All right. So we got some big stories today. Let's get into it. All right. I'm gonna share this screen real quick. All right. So first, you guys, all right, we got Robert Garza, right? This dude, this is the mastermind behind HB 3181. All right. This is a beautiful parental rights bill. Okay. Now, what does HB 3181 do? All right. This is what it does. This breaks it down real quick. All right. It requires makeup time for any denied visitation. So if you're being alienated from your child, this bill fixes that. It doubles the time back if the other parent has been found in contempt before. So if that other parent has a documented history of interfering with you and your child's ability to spend time together, you get that time back doubled. All right. Allows custody modifications for repeat violations. That rhymes. I love it. Okay. But that is dope. So, again, if there is a documented track record of the parent, one of the parents, constantly interfering with your ability to have a relationship with your guys' child, this makes it easier for you to modify that custody arrangement, maybe get full custody if they're really acting up. All right. And then it stops judges from waiving attorney fees when a parent has repeatedly interfered, which, dads especially, many of us have been in the family courts where these moms, they got these free attorneys. They're constantly throwing these accusations at us. And then at the same time, they got the nerve to request that we pay their attorney fees, even though a lot of them are getting free attorneys. It's crazy. But anyways, so yeah. But so this is what HB 3181 fixes in Texas, right? It is officially passed. Now it's just going to the governor's desk, Greg Abbott, to sign the bill. And look, I've talked to Robert Garza. I talk to him on a regular basis. I've interviewed him on the show. If you haven't seen that episode, it's like a 25-minute interview. It's really good. Y'all need to check it out. Click on it right now. Watch it right now as soon as you're done watching this video. And anyways, I talk to him on a regular basis. And yeah, he was telling me from the start, man, before this even got passed, he's like, yeah, I'm gonna get this passed, and I believed him, but at the same time, I was like, man, this dude is just like, he's so freaking assured. Like he's just like, he's like, yeah, I got this. Not he's like no appearance of even being worried about it. And sure enough, he got a pass, man. So yeah, it's gonna get signed by Greg Abbott, and HB 3181 will be official law, and it goes into effect September 1st, 2025. So this is a huge win for parents and children, man. It's really gonna help protect that parent-child relationship, and it's really gonna help dads, because dads are the ones that mainly are being alienated from their child. So, again, makeup time, double the time back, allows custody modifications, stops judges from waiving attorney fees. So this is huge, man. And Robert Garza, like I said, I talk to him on a regular basis, and this dude's legit, dude. Like he's very accessible. He's very genuine. I can't say like I know him really well, but from all the times I've talked to him, man, he he truly seems like he's in this for the right reasons. Like he's not doing this for just like him and his children. Like he's doing this because he wants to fix this system so this is not passed on to our children. So when they grow up, they're not having their kids stripped away from them. And if they are if we don't fix this, and they get their kids stripped away from them, that's your grandkids being stripped away, and then you don't get to see your grandkids. But anyways, yeah, Robert Garza is a really good guy, man. Really good guy. I'm working with him. I'm actually working to bring this same legislation here to Washington, and he's doing this with other parents around the country. Like he just passed the same bill in what? Yeah, North Dakota. So and it's actually being pushed in like Colorado right now, and I think like 5 or 6 states total. So he's doing a lot of really good things. Anyways, all right. So that's what's going on with that. And then we got this, like I was saying, we got the American Bar Association getting the hammer just slammed down on them by the DOJ. So this is a signed letter by Pam Bondi, and it says the following. It says, for several decades, the American Bar Association has received special treatment and enjoyed special access to judicial nominees. In some administrations, the ABA received notice of nominees before a nomination was announced to the public. Some administrations would even decide whether to nominate an individual based on a rating assigned by the ABA. So, ABA had a lot of power, influencing, ratings on judicial candidates and other candidates for, the DOJ. And anyways, the letter goes on to say, unfortunately, the ABA no longer functions as a fair arbiter of nominees, qualifications, and its ratings invariably and demonstrably favor nominees put forth by Democratic administrations. The ABA's steadfast refusal to fix the bias in its ratings process, despite criticism from Congress, the administration, and the Academy, is disquieting. Accordingly, while the ABA is free to comment on judicial nominations along with other activist organizations, there's no justification for treating the ABA differently from such other activist organizations, and the Department of Justice will not do so. Specifically, the Office of Legal Policy will no longer direct nominees to provide waivers allowing the ABA access to non-public information, including including bar records. Nominees will also not respond to questionnaires prepared by the ABA and will not sit for interviews with the ABA. Sincerely, Pam Bondi. So, yeah, I mean, they're cutting all ties with the American Bar Association. And if you don't know, like, more than half the states, it's 30 something states. I want to say it's like 32, 33. I'm not sure the number, but it's like in the 30s. Anyways, there's bar associations in like 30 something states, right? And the ABA, the American Bar Association, they are at the top of that bar association pyramid. So like they're the boss of all these other bar associations in these other 30 something states. And they're all getting federal funding. And if you do a little research into the ABA, they're into the DEI stuff. They're into all the woke politics garbage and so on and so on. And, all the feminist propaganda, all that crap. So they're definitely not in favor of traditional nuclear families, and they definitely don't like fathers. But anyways, you guys, this is huge. The DOJ basically flipping the middle finger to the ABA and telling them, yo, you guys no longer have access to us. Your ratings or opinions on judicial candidates, all that stuff, we don't care. We don't want to hear, because y'all are nothing but a bunch of far left Democrat activists, radical nut jobs. But anyways, you guys, that's what I got for y'all today. All my family court warriors, I love you. I appreciate you. And God loves you way more than I ever could. Until next episode, I'm out. Peace.